Hello friends, welcome to Welltech Speaks YouTube channel. This is Amritish, and in this video I will be covering something different. I will be covering cryptocurrencies. In this video I will try and cover what is cryptocurrency, what is the legal status of cryptocurrencies, should you invest in cryptocurrencies, and if you invest, what are the possible tax implications on cryptocurrencies. So without further ado, let's get started. Now friends, what is cryptocurrency? Now to define this, I will try and make it as simple as possible so that you have a fair bit of understanding about what cryptocurrency actually is. So cryptocurrency is actually encrypted decentralized digital asset which may be used as a medium of exchange and is considered as digital currency or virtual currency. Now cryptography is behind the emergence of this currencies, the digital currencies, and it is used using complex code so that it is encrypted and the communication is fairly secure, making it very difficult to counterfeit these cryptocurrencies. It is peer-to-peer transaction and lacks any intermediary in the transaction. The cryptocurrency transaction is validated by miners, and the same is entered in the blockchain system managed by group of global networks of computer using digital ledgers to record these transactions. So global network of computers is in the forefront, recording and validating these transactions. Now blockchain is a type of distributed ledger, implying the database is managed by multiple participants across multiple nodes, and these transactions are grouped in blocks which includes a hash of the previous block, which forms like a chain pattern, and this is known as the blockchain. Now to define it simply, what happens is, say I am transferring money to Mr. A who is in America. Now this transaction which is happening between me and Mr. A is a block. Now when A transfers the money to Mr. B, now that is another block. Now this blocks which are there, like the first block which is happening between me and Mr. A, that is one block, and there is a hash which connects it to the next transaction which is happening between Mr. A and Mr. B. So what is happening? There is a block and there is a hash which is known as forming as a block and a chain. That's why it's known as the blockchain technology. Now what happens with the miners? Miners are basically validating these transactions. Whichever is coming, they are validating these transactions, and then it is getting into this distributed ledger system so that this transaction gets finalized and it's validated. Now miners basically validate the transactions involving this cryptocurrencies by solving complex equations, puzzles, and in return for validating these transactions, they are rewarded with bitcoins. Now this bitcoins or the cryptocurrencies which they are being awarded with, this gets added into the system again. So you get new digital currencies coming into the system with the validations which is happening, and this miners being rewarded with the cryptocurrencies or the bitcoins as it is. So this is about what the cryptocurrency is. Cryptocurrency does not require any intermediaries. Like I have said before, it is decentralized and it is not governed by any central bank or any administrator. The sender and the recipient are the entities to it, and the transactions are not restricted by boundaries. Like the example which I gave previously, my friend is sitting in America and I'm sending him the cryptocurrencies for any exchange or any transaction. So these are not governed by boundaries. Thus it becomes very hard to regulate and monitor these transactions which are happening, and it raises the concerns for the regulatory bodies and agencies, as the chances of illegal activities also cannot be ruled out while trading and transacting in cryptocurrencies. So I hope you found this explanation of mine to help you in understanding what cryptocurrency actually is. Now we come to what is bitcoins and altcoins. Now Bitcoin is the first, you can say, the pioneer in the cryptocurrency market. It was the first currency to be launched, virtual currency rather to be launched. And after that, whichever the coins came in, like Ethereum or Litecoin or Dogecoin, so all these are alternative coins to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the first, and the other currencies, virtual currencies which came in, they are known as altcoins. Now Bitcoin came into existence in 2008 and the network was launched in 2009. Now the person who launched it, Satoshi Nakamoto, now nobody knows who actually this person is and how did he start with this, but maybe from somewhere he's the person. Just like a digital currency like Bitcoin, we cannot see it, we cannot feel it, same way Satoshi Nakamoto is the person who is considered to be the brainchild behind Bitcoins. So nonetheless, even Satoshi, this is the smallest unit of Bitcoin. Okay, so Satoshi, the name is associated with Bitcoin as well, and the smallest unit of Bitcoin is known as Satoshis. So in case anybody is making an investment, he can buy Satoshis, if not the Bitcoins, and that is the smallest unit of Bitcoin. So Satoshi is the smallest unit of Bitcoin, and 100 million Satoshis make one Bitcoin. So total availability of Bitcoins is 21 million, out of which around 18.6 million is already in circulation. Well, Bitcoins, again, like whoever are transacting or dealing in Bitcoins, they are stored in e-wallet, which may be in a hardware based or web based wallet, which has the option to encrypt the e-wallet for protection from cyber theft. So e-wallet is where you store your Bitcoins or the Satoshis which you have. Similar to Bitcoins, altcoins are cryptocurrency other than the Bitcoins, like I have already stated. They are similar to Bitcoins, but the technology and the capabilities differ, and that distinguishes them from Bitcoins. I'm not getting into the details of that, but Ethereum, Dogecoin, and again Litecoins are some of the known alternatives to the Bitcoins. Now friends, we come to the investment and the future of Bitcoins and altcoins. Well, regulators are still in dizzy with the investments and transactions happening in Bitcoins and the altcoins. Simple reason being that since it's a peer-to-peer transaction and it is decentralized, it is very hard to regulate this type of transactions. And because there's a lot of concerns surrounding the Bitcoins, the nature of Bitcoin, if you see, it is very volatile in nature. So investment also carries a lot of risk in Bitcoins as well as the altcoins. However, the cryptocurrency, I believe, is here to stay, and as soon as the countries and the economies start regulating it, they find out a solution to it and start having some kind of regulations to regulate the transactions and the exchanges which are happening, I believe that cryptocurrency will start to flourish. It's not that it's not flourishing now, but it will get that legal status from wherein individuals interested in transacting or investing or trading, they can do it, and there will be much more clarity. Currently that clarity is lacking, though some countries are working towards it, and even in India we are trying to find a solution to it, and sooner than later we will have more clarity regarding these cryptocurrencies and how to trade and invest and what will be the tax implications on this cryptocurrencies. As far as my opinion is concerned, in my opinion, cryptocurrency is here to stay. However, how viable it will be in terms of investment is something which I am not very sure of. Just like investment in stock, commodities, currency, investors will invest in cryptocurrencies. The first movers are likely to benefit in the long run, but a lot will depend on the stance taken by the leading economies, the regulatory bodies, and how they govern the cryptocurrencies and the trade in the future. So this is just simply my opinion, and there are a lot of gray areas which needs to be addressed. So I'm just sharing my opinion. You need to consult your financial advisor also and follow the latest developments which are happening in the world of cryptocurrencies to know more about it. Now friends, we come to the most important thing, which is what is the legal status of Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies in India. Well, currently, if I am speaking as of now or as of today when I am making this video, in India currently Bitcoin or altcoin is not accepted as a legal tender. What does this mean is that you cannot replace the fiat currency, which is the Indian rupee, with any of this digital currencies. So if you are say going availing a Uber or you are going for grocery shopping, you cannot say that instead of paying in rupee, I will pay you in Bitcoins or any of the alternative coins. That is something simply you cannot do. However, it is not illegal to trade in cryptocurrencies, which means that if you are interested in trading in cryptocurrencies, just like we trade in stocks and all, you can do so. It's not illegal. However, it is unregulated as of now, and there is no clarity about how we are going to move ahead with the cryptocurrencies in the future. However, there will be a clarity maybe sometime soon, but currently there is no clarity as such. So it is not illegal to trade, but it is not a legal tender. So this is something which is very important and one should keep in mind. Another thing is the cryptocurrency is very volatile in nature and there are drastic fluctuations in the price, so it remains a very risky proposition to trade also in cryptocurrencies. However, current status suggests that introduction of regulation to govern the cryptocurrency market will be there very soon. In March 2020, the court had affirmed the virtual currency exchanges the right to trade. So that's why it is not illegal to trade, and it has set aside the RBI directive which was issued in 2018, which restricted banking facilities for this cryptocurrency agencies. So in this cryptocurrency exchanges rather. So it is not illegal to trade in cryptocurrency as of now as we speak. However, in the future, if the government decides to regulate the cryptocurrencies, we will have more clarity regarding that and how one can invest in cryptocurrencies. So I hope as of now this was helpful to you. Now friends, regarding the taxation, it is still a gray area which needs to be addressed and there has to be a clarity regarding the same. Currently, I will be sharing my opinion and what I feel, and take it with a pinch of salt because currently we don't know what will be the legal status, the final outcome, as well as the tax implications which which will be coming very soon. So, and as far as my understanding goes, it won't be recognized as a currency, because if it is not recognized as a currency, then most likely it will be taxed under capital gains or under income from business or profession. Now, if it is not a currency, like currencies are exempted from tax, currency is exempted from tax, so it is not classified as currency, so definitely there will be taxation, and based on the holding period, like it might be taxed. So LTCZ or STCZ, which is the short term and the long term capital gain, might be levied on the returns which an individual is making on this. And in some countries where the capital gain tax is not there, it is termed as income from business or profession and it is taxed accordingly. However, in some countries where you have the capital gain tax, it is taxed under capital gains. So it depends on the regulatory bodies how they are going to go about it and how they are planning to tax the gains from cryptocurrencies or the digital currencies as we call it. So currently there is nothing confirmed. It is just that I am sharing my opinion and what I feel like. It might be taxed under income from business or profession based on the holding period and the nature of transaction, or it might be taxed as capital gains again based on the holding period. So I hope this give you a bit of clarity regarding how the tax is going to be in terms of cryptocurrencies. Now the big question, should you invest in cryptocurrencies? Well, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you have to consult your financial advisor, consult your friends and relatives if you are really interested in investing in cryptocurrencies. Take suggestions from others and then only invest. But here I will be sharing my opinion. If you are not investing in mutual funds or in the stock market, then I believe that you should avoid investing in cryptocurrency as well. First thing is, there are a lot of gray areas which needs to be addressed. We don't know still about how the taxation is going to be and how the cryptocurrency agencies are going to be regulated. So the things which we know about mutual funds and equities, it is better to invest over there. Plus the it's very volatile in nature, investment in cryptocurrencies, so you might incur a huge loss also. So it's not that if you are not investing in any of the other platforms, you directly come and invest in cryptocurrencies. So that is my frank opinion. Well, I will be going on covering about cryptocurrencies in the future as well, so stay tuned for that. As for investment in the current scenario, if you ask my opinion, it is quite risky to invest in this platform considering the volatile nature as well as the gray areas which are there, which still needs to be addressed. Individuals who are interested in investing in cryptocurrencies and feel like no, they will invest in cryptocurrencies, as for me, the maximum which you can invest in cryptocurrencies is say 1% to 2% of your total investment. So that is amount which you can consider investing. But again, like I said earlier, do consult your financial advisor before investing in cryptocurrencies. Currently there are a lot of gray areas which needs to be addressed, and there are a lot of exchanges are available who are dealing in cryptocurrencies, so you can enroll with them and invest if you are really interested in investing in cryptocurrencies. So that is my opinion. Now currently this was my opinion about cryptocurrencies. It might change in the future as more clarity comes in. So stay updated and do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I keep posting videos on personal finance, HR and tech, which you will find helpful. And in the future, if I come to know more about cryptocurrencies, definitely I will try and cover them. It's also a good idea to subscribe to my Wealtech Speaks blog, where I again cover personal finance, HR and tech, and the link is shared in the description. You will also find a link related to the cryptocurrencies on my blog as well, so in case you are interested, you can read that out as well. So that's it from my end. This is Amritesh and I am signing off. Bye bye.